I'm Tom from Do-It-Yourself Home Automation, and this is my review of the Fitbit Sense smartwatch. I've been wearing the Fitbit Sense for about 2 months now, so I have really only taken it off to charge it. I've been wearing it almost every hour of every day, and that gives me some good perspectives on this watch. So this Fitbit Sense is the most advanced smartwatch so far from Fitbit, and it is the best smartwatch out there right now in terms of the number of different sensors that it has. So those are some things that I really love about it. Let's take a look at the sensors first. So it has heart rate tracking on the back. That's that little blinking green LED. It also tracks your blood oxygen levels while you sleep. And it has a skin temperature sensor. That's this big pad on the back here. On the front, it also has a little bezel around the sides that's actually conductive, and that's a skin conductance sensor. It's EDA, it's called, and it can be used to take stress readings, and also it has an FDA-approved ECG app that can be used to take a heart reading as well. That's FDA approved in the US and CE approved in the EU, and that launched right after the watch itself launched. So really advanced sensors. It also has an altimeter that tells you how many stairs you climb, and accelerometers and gyroscopes that detect the number of steps you take during the day. So really great overall tracking, and I think the best sensor package that you have on any watch out there on the market right now. That allows you to do a bunch of different things with the Fitbit Sense. So I'll just activate the interface here. Let's see, firstly, you can get the watch face, and you can get your reading for your SpO2 or blood oxygen level for the night before. You can also get your current heart rate, the number of steps you've done versus your goal. I've done 2,000 steps so far. I try to do 10,000 steps per day. You can also get a goal for your number of stairs climbed. So this is 5 flights of stairs I've climbed. My goal is 10 per day. That's using that altimeter to track the amount of vertical feet that you gain. So if you take it on a climb or a hike, it'll also detect, and it'll tell you the number of equivalent staircases you've climbed from doing that. Let's go into the apps. This is the EDA scan. It's going to give you a stress reading. The Today app is really where you're going to get most of the data on the watch, though. So let's go in there. It's going to take a moment to load. This has a really great OLED screen, so it's very crisp, bright screen on here. If you leave the screen on all the time, you get about 2 days of battery life. If you let the screen shut off between uses, you wake it up by either pressing the button on the side. There's one physical button on the watch. Press it on the side, or flicking your wrist up to activate the screen. Then in my experience, you get about 5 to 6 days of battery life between charges. Let's go through some of the settings on here. In the Today app, we get our number of steps, again, versus our goal. Distance, this is calculated based on your personal stride length and number of steps. Floors you've climbed. Calories burned, that's both through exercise and through your basal metabolic rate, which is basically how many calories you burn just sitting there during the day, and that's calculated for you from Fitbit. Active zone minutes, so how many minutes you've spent in an exercise zone like cardio burn or peak, or fat burn, cardio or peak. Hourly activity, so this is telling you that you need to move every hour, and it'll remind you to do that. I have 41 steps left I've done 41 steps. I have 209 left this hour. Sleep, so the watch does track your sleep. You can see I didn't sleep a ton last night, but it'll give you a number of hours and minutes there and give you a score on 1 to 100 of how good your sleep was. 78, not too bad, actually. Exercise, you can track exercises with the watch, everything from walking, running, hiking, that kind of thing, to kickboxing, circuit training, weightlifting. When you do track an exercise, it'll log it here, and if you do an exercise like a run or a hike, it'll even use the built-in GPS in the watch to give you a map of your run or hike afterwards. If you choose to, you can track food intake in the Fitbit app, and it'll display your calories in and calories out here, and it will also give you your heart rate for your current rate and also your resting heart rate. You can track water, and you can track your weight as well in the Fitbit app, or you can sync your weight automatically if you have a Fitbit Aria Smart Scale. Let's go back here in the app. So to go back, I'm going to try not to drop this. You just swipe from the side. To go back in the menu, we're going to swipe back again. You can see that there's a bunch of other apps. I can log exercise here. And again, there's a variety of different exercises that I can track. We can go through and see what some of those are. Interval workouts, circuit training. We can go on a bike ride, boot camp, elliptical, many different options there. I'll swipe back, and we'll keep going through here. We can set alarms, timers. We can get the local weather. You can pull up your calendar if you sync that. You can change your clock face from in here. So there's a variety of different watch faces that you can choose depending on your own style and what you want your watch to look like. Let's go back here again. You can use Fitbit Pay to pay remotely using the watch if you connect it to a wallet. So you just tap it on the reader. It's a basically contact-free option, which is nice. I use the Starbucks app to pay at Starbucks. Spotify, and then this is one thing that I really love. You can pull up Alexa, either using the app here, or I've set it up to do a long press on the side button. So let's go ahead and try that. What's the weather? You can see it's going to give me the current weather in my town, San Ramon. So I can scroll through here and get that, and you can use any of the functions associated with Alexa. This syncs to your smartphone, either Apple or Android, using Bluetooth, and you can pull up all these stats and more detailed information in the app itself. So I love that this is a really great full-featured smartwatch. It's also really excellent, I think, because of the number of sensors that it has. And if you want to get the best fitness tracking watch on the market right now, that is definitely the Fitbit Sense.